Good afternoon, guys. We are back. We finished up our delivery of finished up that Army delivery, and now we are heading over to Baltimore, Maryland. So we're going over to Maryland, and we are going to go pick up pieces of equipment. We're gonna go pick up two farm equipment, so it's 2 tractors. So yeah, we're gonna go get 2 tractors, and we're gonna bring this a 2-stop load. So we're going over to the first stop is over in New Jersey, and then the second stop is in Maine. So Northeast loads again. So we're doing, and let's see what we can get coming back out from there. But for now, let's go pick up this load. Let's get to Baltimore, let's get to this port, and see how we pick up this load right now, guys. So I'll see you in a bit. Guys, so we are in the port. We are in the Baltimore port. However, this thing is so big, sometimes like amazing here, man. I gotta kind of check to see. I gotta go to lot 100. So they told me pop a right, go all the way down. Last time I was here, I came to Mid-Atlantic terminal, which was to the left. So now this time I came to the right, and let's go all the way down, and let's get over to 100, picking up some farm equipment, two tractors. I mean, it says here is about 15,000 pounds, the entire load, so they're probably like 7.5 each. If that's the case, I could just use 1 chain, 2 binders, instead of a chain and a binder for each corner. So let's see, I could do 1 chain, 2 binders holding the front, 1 chain, 2 binders holding the back, and same thing for the other one. But let's see, let's not count our blessings. We will see once we get to this lot, confirm everything, and then we'll confirm what we're gonna do. But let's see, I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, we are here. Let's go check in. All these guys, everybody's getting loaded. Everybody's getting loaded with their farm tractor supply stuff. Let's see. So we out over here, guys. Look at that beautiful water. Love coming to the ports. Let's take a look here. I think we're supposed to check in somewhere over here. Look at that. Excellent. Oh, it almost ran me over. Let's take a look here. What are these guys from here? Looking real cool, real smooth, everybody. Alright guys, let me check in here, and I'll check back with you guys in a few minutes. guys, we are all secured up. It's light enough, so we just did 1 chain, 2 binders on each side. They only like 7,000 pounds each, so more than enough. 1 chain, 2 binders. 1 chain, 2 binders on this one. This is a little bit bigger, but a few pounds extra. Binders, and of course, nice secure bucket area. Nice little strap over that. And that's it, man. We're about it here. We're out of here. Met the gentleman right here. He used to own the CRST also, but he just got his own authority, so he went solo. Alright, guys, we'll see you another time. Let's get him out of here. First stop over here in Jersey. I already set the ramps out. I wasn't supposed to be doing no ramps, but they didn't have ramps to unload it with. Alright, let's try to back up over here. Excellent. Got 1 more to go. What's going on, guys? What's going on? I'm still driving, making my way over to Maine, man. That pickup that I had at the port, that Baltimore pickup, it was a 2-stop load. So it was the first tractor was dropping off in New Jersey, and then the next tractor is dropping off in Maine. So I'm just heading up to Maine. I already crossed through New York, Connecticut. I'm in Massachusetts right now, going through the 90. Man, I'm gonna tell you this one thing before we get into the video, because we're about to talk about lease purchase. Overall, is lease purchase worth it? Can you make money in lease purchase? We'll talk about the CRST lease purchase. But really quick, man, I'm over here trying to, you know, when you owner operator lease purchase, and we'll talk about it, you know, either or, you gotta pay for all the expenses, including tolls, man. Tolls be adding up. So I'm over here trying to navigate around the Pennsylvania turnpikes you know, just to save myself, you know, $35, and I'm going around the 80 and around the turnpike, and the GPS, you know, I picked the option with the least amount of toll, so that option is now going to lead me through some crazy little towns in Pennsylvania, some tight ass roads in Pennsylvania, and they're like they're probably like the second or third time that I pick a route with less tolls in order to save on the back end as far as save money on the tolls. But Jesus Christ, like at what cost? Like navigating around those small towns of Pennsylvania, it's a nightmare. Like it's a nightmare. You're going through these tight roads that cars can barely fit through, and I'm going through there with this big truck and trailer, and you can just tell like it's not meant for us trucks. That's why we have the turnpike, and that's why we got the tolls. But you know, when you want to be cheap, and I don't want to say cheap, but when you want to be cost effective, it's a good thing to want to be cost effective, but not to the point where it's making the route dangerous. So I'm no longer doing that anymore. I'm gonna just pay the damn toll. I want to come up to Northeast. That's the consequence. You already know the price to pay for coming up to Northeast. Yeah, the lows pay good, but you gotta deal with the traffic. You gotta deal with the tolls. So I'm done. I'm done trying to save money on tolls. If I book the load and this how much the tolls is, that's it. That's what it's about. Because I'm not gonna jeopardize my truck getting hit somewhere, jeopardize my CDL crashing into somewhere, or a car crashing into me because I'm somewhere where I probably shouldn't be, or I'm somewhere where I could be, but there's a better place where I could be if I just pay the toll. So I'm done with that. That was just a side note. But anyways, guys, so CRST and lease purchase. Should you do it? Should you not? So as I said in the previous video, with CRST on the open deck, so on the flatbed / step deck side, there's no company drivers. So it's made up of lease purchase and owner operators. So everybody's just independent contractor for CRST for open deck. So like I told you guys before, I started as a lease purchase driver. So did I make money as a lease purchase driver? I did. I made good money. Obviously, we all know when you're doing a lease purchase, they're gonna hit you over the head with weekly expenses. Now a lot of people, that's where the debate comes. Man, should they charge you so much for weekly? All of the deductions. Why are they charging so much deductions? 800, 1,000. I've heard companies charge up to $1,500 a week, even more on fixed costs when it comes to your lease purchase on deductions. So is it worth it? So I believe that a lease purchase is worth it as long as you have the right end goal. So what I mean by that is, let's take me for example. I got into lease purchase knowing that I was going to buy my own truck outside of the lease purchase. How does that work? So when you do a lease purchase with a company, you have to, the number one mistake I see people doing is they're getting paid under their personal name. That's a big no-no. You're literally running a company. You have to have that degree of separation between your person and your business for a number of reasons. One is for lawsuits, but even if you're a perfect driver, you're not going to hate nobody or anything, whatever. Let's say the lawsuit's not your purpose, but the main purpose for doing a lease purchase, in my opinion, is to start up your business. So create your LLC, get your EIN number, and get paid. Your weekly settlement paychecks need to go to XYZ LLC or XYZ Corporation, however you choose to set yours up. I personally have an S corp. You can do an S corp, you can do an LLC. We'll talk about that in a separate video. But for right now, do not get paid under your personal name. You're gonna reap no benefits of that. If you open up an LLC and you get weekly payments from your company into your LLC, you have to open up a business bank account. You should not be getting paid to your name. You should not be getting paid to your personal account. Everything needs to be shown separate as a business. So the first step is open your LLC. The next step is open your LLC, get your EIN number, register your business with your state, whatever. Get all of that paperwork done. And as soon as you have that, as soon as you have the EIN number, now you can go to the bank. You go to the bank of your choice, and you open up a business checking account and a business savings account. When you have that business account number, now you go back to the payroll lady and you give her that. Hey, this is where I want my weekly settlements deposited into. If you used to have it in your name because you just started up, but okay, that's fine. You can have 1 or 2 or 3 settlements to your name. I had to go to that until I opened up a business account. That's fine. But eventually, sooner than later, you're going to want to go to your payroll lady or guy and give them your EIN number. Give them your EIN number. Your EIN. You go to the bank. So you go to the bank, get your EIN number, open up the business account, give your payroll lady your business account and router number. Get paid to your business. What is that going to do? That's going to now create a financial paper trail of what was deposited into your business this week, next week, in 3 weeks. Now you have a trail. Okay, for the month of July, my business got deposited this amount. Next month, this amount. Now for the quarter, the 3 months past this quarter, my business got this much money deposited into the business account. That's important, guys. You need to have that because the reason why you're in the lease purchase is to either buy out the truck, right? Either buy out the current truck you're lease purchasing at the end of the term, or you could just do what I'm telling you. You could just create your business, get your money deposited, and now once you have your capital, once you have your business, your money saved up, guys, you could let go of that lease purchase truck. I would never recommend finishing the lease purchase to the end and purchasing the truck. By the time you purchase the truck, that truck is done. It's shot up. It has a million miles in it. Why would you even want the title to that truck? Utilize the lease purchase platform just to build your business, just to create your bank account. And now you could do that for a year or 2. I did it for a year and a half. I did lease purchase for a year and a half. I got my money deposited to my business account. All the while I'm working on my personal credit, getting my personal credit up as high as possible. And all the while I'm saving money for a down payment on my own truck. So you see how that works? You see how the lease purchase got you up to par? And now you're able to go and get your own truck. Because guess what? When you go buy your own truck, you're now looking at business funding or commercial loan for equipment, right? What is the first thing they're gonna ask you? Okay, how's your where are your business statements? I want to see your last 6 months, 3 to 6 months. Now, let me see your last couple of months business account statements. They want to see that you're getting money paid into your business account. All right, that's good. How's your personal credit doing? If this is your first time buying a truck, like it was for me, you're gonna have to PG it, meaning you're gonna personally guarantee the business loan. So your name is gonna be attached to it on the background. It's still gonna be a commercial loan. It's your first truck that you're purchasing, and you're building business credit. Your name will be in the back of it as a personal guarantor. So that's why your personal credit needs to be good. But just having personal credit alone is not enough to get approved for a commercial loan. you gotta show your bank statements. You have to come in with your EIN. You know, you gotta come in with your LLC. You gotta come in with your business bank accounts. You gotta show that this is how much money my business generated. So what I'm trying to say is, you can do all of that through a lease purchase. So it just depends on how you look at a lease purchase. Because in reality, the lease purchases by nature are predatory. That they're made to take advantage of people that cannot go get a commercial loan the conventional way. You know why? They don't have the credit. They don't have the 25% down payment required for a commercial loan. So I paid close to 15 grand down payment, plus have my business statements, plus have my personal credit. So I showed up to the table with all of those things. Now, the trucking giants, they are aware. Man, look at all these truck drivers. They all have dreams and aspirations of being an owner-operator, owning their own trucks. Look at them. They all want to own their own trucks. But they don't know the steps that it takes to get a truck. And they just, plain out simple, I don't want to be mean, but they just don't qualify. They don't have the credit score. The credit score is the #1 leading contributor to people ending up with lease purchases. You don't have the credit score. Your credit score is jacked up. It's hard to say that. Work on your credit score. This is a truth channel, guys. I try to talk the truth, and I try to talk as plain as term as possible. As a company driver and as a lease purchase driver, work on your credit. Your credit is the most important thing to you. You can't do nothing in this country without a credit score. Unless you're on the other side of the law, with credit, you know, you're just on a whole other side where credit is irrelevant. But if you're on the law-abiding part of, you know, society, and you gotta have a good credit score. And once you have a good credit score, you gotta walk in with your paperwork. Your paperwork gotta be right. You gotta walk in with bank accounts, EIN numbers, LLC, articles of confederation. Articles of incorporation if you got an S corp. You gotta come in with all of these to the bank. The bank, if you try to call the bank, talk about I want to buy that truck, it's 100K or 80K or 60K, whatever the budget is, take 25% of that. That's your down payment. You're not even gonna talk to them without that. They're not even gonna talk to you without that. And this is why the trucking companies know that. So they sell you the dream. It's an illusion. It's like, here, let me dangle this truck in front of you. Guess what? One day you can own it. Work it out. Work it off. Work all of our loads. Pick up all of our loads. We'll rent you this the trailer. Take this truck. Hey, we're gonna give you this truck. And why do they make it so easy? You ever think, yo, why is a lease purchase so easy to get into? Man, these guys don't even check. They didn't even check my credit score. Oh my God, they don't check credit score. Oh my God, they don't require any down payments. They do that on purpose. Bro, you're paying off the truck for them. If you don't have an end goal of, okay, I'm gonna do this for 1 or 2 years while I build myself up to go out and purchase my own truck independently, if that's not your end goal and you're just lease purchasing to lease purchase, hey, that's a business model, but I think that's a failing business model. And I think that your revenue gets affected by it. Because instead of paying one truck payment at the end of the month for $1,500 or $2,000 or whatever your truck note is, instead of paying that one payment at the end of the month, you're paying that every week because you are incapable of doing things the right way, paying off your debt, getting your credit score up, and saving your money. You'd rather do a lease purchase where you don't got to worry about none of that, and now every month, every week you get paid and you take that money and you think that money's yours. It's not. You still got to take money aside for your business. You still got to take money aside for taxes, and people don't do that. And when they don't do that, that's why they see themselves in this endless cycle of lease purchase, lease purchase, lease purchase. So, would I lease purchase with CRST? Yes, I would, because I did it. but with the right mind frame. Guys, make lease purchase a temporary thing. Now, if you come into trucking and as a company driver, you love it, and that's what you want to do, by all means, yo, just do it. Make your money. There's no shade on being a company driver. And if you do want to do lease purchase forever, if that's the business model you want to follow, and if you want to lose out on the revenue side, because you can make more money being an owner operator, because you're choosing to not want to take the right steps and build up everything you need in order to buy a truck, then that's your own prerogative. You do that. I'm just talking to the people that want to get their own truck, but they don't know where to start. You can start as a lease purchase. Get your paperwork right, get your credit right, form your business, do all of that while you lease purchase it, and then hop out. That's exactly what I did. I would never tell you to do something that I didn't do. Hop out. Go out there. Go qualify for your own truck. Buy your own truck. And then when you buy your own truck, then you could decide, you know what, all right, that's what I did. I lease purchased with CRST, then I bought my own truck. And I'm like, damn, now I got my own truck. So I have multiple different lanes. I could either go get my own authority, I could lease on to Landstar or Mercer or one of the big owner-operator companies, or I could stay where I'm at. But now, as an owner-operator instead of a lease purchase driver, when you come to the owner-operator side, that whole 20 cents per mile maintenance, that's out the window. You take care of your own maintenance. You don't gotta factor in, man. When I was lease purchasing, man, it was like 500 to 800 a week just on escrow for the truck, just for maintenance, which you probably barely even use. So if you decide to hop on the lease purchase and you want to follow this model, you have to try to get, because when you come into CRST, it's all the same truck payment. It's like $475, or last time it was $475 a week, no matter what truck you get. It's just that if you get an older truck, you'll have less payments of $475 per week, so you finish off the lease purchase quicker and you own the truck quicker. If you take a newer truck, it's still $475 per week, but it'll be for longer term because you're paying off more capital. If you're following this model, the one that I use, I went in there and I said, give me the newest truck you have, because I want no breakdowns. I'm going to rent this truck for X amount of time while I build up everything on my own, and I'm going to give y'all back your truck, and I'm going to hop in my own truck. Now, if I had dreams and aspirations of finishing a lease purchase from beginning to end, then of course I would pick the oldest truck because it's the least amount of payment, so I can finish it quicker. But guess what comes with that older truck? Headaches, hella downtime, bunch of repairs. Unless you're mechanically inclined, which a lot of us are not. I'm not the most mechanically inclined truck driver, so I already know, hey, it will behoove my business to have a newer truck so I can have less breakdown. Now, breakdowns are going to happen even with a new truck. It's not about if, it's when. But the likelihoods of you breaking down with a newer truck in comparison to an older truck, the likelihood of you breaking down minimizes, less. So when I went to CRST, I got me a 2023, they'll give you a list to pick from, and the list has the truck, the age, and the miles. I picked me a new truck with the least amount of miles, and I took that truck and I ran that truck for the whole time. I think I've been running with CRST for like 8 months or something. So I drove their lease purchase truck for like 6 months, like 5.5, 6 months. Throughout that time, I had not one issue with my truck. You know, little tire popping here and there, regular stuff that's anticipated. But like a major breakdown that was out for a week or two didn't happen. Was that a coincidence, or did I plan for that? You gotta think, man. You gotta, especially guys, if you're not mechanically inclined, you have to be business minded. Like you so you can't be bad at mechanics and bad at business. You gotta pick which one you want to be bad at. Because a lot of guys, you know, they're not the best at business. They don't know how to do the books. They don't know how to set up their business. They don't know a lot of stuff about the business side, but they're really good at the mechanics of the truck. Me, not so much. I'm smarter at the business side than the mechanics of it. But that's why I am big on preventative maintenance. I get a PM done on my truck. My owner operation, I got a PM done on this truck every 20,000 miles. I don't deal with none of that. Yeah, you can drive your truck for 50,000 miles. Man, when I was lease purchase CRST, they had a 70,000 mile per PM policy because of the Freightliners and they were newer and that's how they were set up. I would literally try to get a PM earlier than that and it would be denied. I wouldn't be able to get a PM because you can't just get a PM wherever you want. It's a company truck that you're lease purchasing from them. But now with my own owner operator, my own truck, I decide if I want to do a PM every other day, I can do a PM every other day. I say 20,000 miles is a good point. That's what I have learned from other owner operators. Do frequent PM, especially if you're not good at the mechanics. Get your PM done frequently. It's gonna help you. It's gonna prevent you from being on the side of the highway waiting for a tow truck. I've had my truck now since December. I've already done 2 PMs on the truck that I paid for cash. Well, not cash. You know, I go through CRST's account. And then they take it out of my settlement. But you know, I'm paying for it. So that's just a side note. But guys, if you follow that model, get on CRST, take a newer truck, and ride that new truck out with no issues until you call them, hey, I'm done with your truck. I'm turning it back in. Here's the bringing it back to whatever terminal you're next to, and now the same day that you're going to sign a paperwork on your own truck because you utilize the lease purchase platform to build your business. So now you get to the point where you qualify independently to buy your own truck. Now again, if there's no chance in hell you're ever going to have good credit. If there's no chance in hell you're ever going to come up with 25% for a down payment, then you're done. You're done. I don't know how to shoot, but you're done. You're going to lease purchase for life, which is not a bad thing. You can just keep doing a lease purchase every 3 years. Every time one lease purchase is up, you get back the truck and you start a new trucking with it. And that's fine. You can make your money that way. But what I don't like about that model is that it keeps you running hard. When you're in a lease purchase with these deductions, you could barely afford home time, man. You can't just say, you know what, I don't feel like working this week. Because you constantly have that pressure of, I'm going to be in the hole. I take one day if I'm going to be in the hole. I'm going to be in the hole. I'm going to be in the hole. So if that's the lifestyle that you want to live, then go ahead, do your thing. If you don't want to live that lifestyle, you want to have more control of your route, more control of your home time, more control of your own truck, then go ahead. Go be an owner operator and use the lease purchase platform. That's what I want to say, guys. I was going to go into the line by line deductions of what CRST charges, but it's on the website. You can look it up. You know, the truck payment is $475 per week unless it went up. This is what I'm talking about. Last time I checked, plus a bunch of other shit. So it's like they charge for this, they charge for that, they charge for this, they charge for that. By the time it was over with, I think my lease purchase weekly number was I think I ran it up. I think it was like close to $1,200 a week, if I'm not mistaken. $1,200 a week. That's a lot of money per week, man. It's a lot of money per week. But if you have to do that, then that's just what you have to do. It's a phase. owner phase, then there's the lease purchase phase, and there's the owner operator phase. So what phase are you in? If you guys have any questions about the lease purchase and how it works, or you want to get in contact with me with a more in-depth conversation about should you follow this form of lease purchasing or that form, or whatever you have questions about, guys, just call me. You know, not call me, but you could put it on the comments. I'm gonna leave the number to the recruiter with my driver ID. Guys, if this video helped you out, if this video made you decide, you know what, yeah, that kind of makes sense, let me go do that, and let me do that for 2 years, and let me do it with CRST, and then I'll go buy my own truck because I have all the financial backing of capital and paperwork to get your own truck, and you want to do that journey at CRST. If I helped you out, then put me down as a referral. You help me, I help you, and now let me get back to this, man. Let me get back to this driving. And you know, sometimes I go on rants, man. Once I start talking about something, it's hard to stop. That's why sometimes some of my videos are long, because I talk a lot. Anybody that knows me, I talk a lot. So I'm trying my best, guys, to bring it down a little bit. But I'm just passionate about what I talk about. And when you're passionate, you can talk for hours. I can talk for hours about this. But I'm not gonna do it to you guys on this video. So we'll link up later. Let me get down this road and get this load delivered.
We made it. Made it to our last stop for this farm equipment tractor up to Maine. So I had to back in. It's crazy because I had to back in, and I'm kind of sticking almost halfway out the street over here, back into this little dock they have here. And I got OG over here just wheeling it out. I didn't have to pull my ramps out for this one. As I'm saying, I wasn't supposed to pull the ramps out for the first one either, but they were lacking with something out there. Either way, I'm just glad I got them, and I got it unloaded quick. But now we're here at the second stop, and this is just where we at now, man. It's pretty cool stuff. It's a cool guy right here, man. He helped me take off. He did two binders. I did the other two. He's an older gentleman too. He's just ready to put in work. I like that. But yeah, he's doing his thing. We'll check back in a little bit, guys. Let's try to get up out of here. Let me wrap this up, put all these chains back, binders back, and let's get back on the road, guys. See you in a little bit. We are unloaded. Let's get him to come over here, sign his paperwork, sign his BOL, so we can get up out of here. Get home, boy. What's going on, boss? Step over here. Got them two tractors delivered, Jersey and Maine. So now we're gonna just I got another load. I got a load picking up in New Hampshire, and that load's gonna take me back home to North Carolina. That's a load of lumber, tarp lumber. You know, that's pretty much what you get up here, Maine, New Hampshire area. But yeah, let's get to it, man. So this is it for the video. I'll see you guys in the next one, and we'll see you guys down in New Hampshire.